Hi guys! I'm sorry about the reset daily walkies. It's because I'm using a different computer today, unfortunately. Also, why am I small? Why am I small right now? Hold on. Hi Ivan! It's nice to see you. Let me get a little bit bigger. I think this is a more normal size. I don't know why I was so small for some reason. Anyway. Hi small puppy. Yeah, I got small. I don't know why. It's really weird. Um, I'm actually using a different computer today, so that's probably why some of the stuff got reset. I tried to figure out if I could like update it with the information from the other computer, but unfortunately, I don't think that that's possible. It's really disappointing because I was really hoping that I could carry over everybody's daily walkies, but I guess that's how the cookie crumbles. The paw's doing kind of okay. I can push buttons now, which is what I need it to do for today. Yeah, I only needed it really to push some buttons for the art tablet, etc. So it should be fine, and hopefully it'll heal up pretty good, and that'll be all I need. I'm pretty happy to see everybody today. It's nice. Nice to see you guys. I missed you. I keep thinking, oh, what if I just did a surprise stream, and it would be fun to just kind of have people around and be talking to them. Aw, a little kiss and a band-aid. That's so sweet. Oh, I love you guys. But yeah, I keep thinking about like maybe doing like little surprise streams or whatever because I just get so excited to talk to you guys and like hang out. I don't know why. But I'm like, oh, what if I just forgot about the schedule and I did something else and I did a new thing? Um, it would be fun. It would be really fun, but unfortunately, I do have to like really stick to my schedule this week. I got a lot to do. The magical girl business is very busy. But yeah. Um, so I'm gonna be doing some art today. I'm doing art for the people who won my costume contest, and I'm really looking forward to it actually. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry about this. It's the ads. It's the ads. Everybody look out. Everybody look out. The ads are coming. Oh, wait, no, it's not. That's just my mix it up being weird. Hold on. I gotta turn that thing off on this computer. Scared everybody. Hold on. I got my raid set up, but I need to turn off my ads thing because my Seribot is a lot more accurate than my mixed it up. So it's just weird. I don't know why it's like that. Why? Oh. But yeah, okay, I fixed it. I fixed it. It's no longer gonna jump scare us with ads. I was like, why is it? Wait, hold on. I've only been streaming for 11 minutes so far because of my intro. Because normally the ads go off. I set them up to go off 15 minutes into my stream, right? And I don't know why, but for some reason, my thing tells me like way earlier that the ads are coming, and then it tells me way later when they're done, and I'm like, that's not how that's supposed to work. Excuse me? Excuse me? Why are you so wrong today? What's going on? But don't worry. Okay, there's not gonna be ads for another like 4 minutes, so we're okay. We're safe. We're safe from the ads. Yeah, I don't know why it's being so weird. um, but yeah. So, oh Yeah, it tries to throw an ad at the very start of the stream, but it has been being slow and weird. I don't know what's up. Hi, Seraphim. It's really nice to see you. I'm actually gonna be. Oh my god, I completely forgot to show you the sketch of your art, but I think it's turning out really good, and I think you're really gonna like it. So I really hope you can stick around for a minute. I'll show it to you first thing. First thing. It's gonna be really cool. Yeah, I really like how yours turned out, honestly. Um, Even with my fingies, my pobs being a little messed up, I think that it's probably it's one of it's a really good one. I think it's because I used really cool brushes, and you sent really good reference for it. So whenever I've got really good reference, the art piece always turns out like really good. So I'm gonna be working on that. I also need to clean up. I've only got the sketch done for Nana and Ruru's. I love Nana and Ruru. I think they're so cute. I love a good VTuber duo, and yes, you did a very good job with the refs. Thank you so much. Um, and I'm doing a little matching icon for Nana and Ruru. So it's gonna be like it's gonna be one of those kinds of icons where if you split them apart, they still make a single art piece. So I'm drawing them on the same canvas, and I think it's turning out really cute. But like I said, that one's still just like really sketchy. I need to add a lot more details and things like that to that one. I think that one's gonna be really cute when it's done though. They asked for a holiday one, like a holiday hats type icon that they could use, and I think that's also gonna be very. It's gonna be sweet. I think it's gonna be sweet. Um, and I haven't started on the sketch, but when I'm kind of more done with these icons, I'm gonna start on the sketch for the big prize, the grand prize that I gave to Art Pastel Kelsey, and they gave me so much good reference. Oh my gosh! So I'm really happy to work on that because I love when people give me good reference, like I said. Oh, good, cool. Yeah, I'm glad you're set to hang out. So once the actual ads go off, I'm going to swap over to doing some art. And hopefully that'll be good for right now. And that should be in like a couple minutes. I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully my Twitch is not gonna be weird again. But yeah. Um I'm very excited for um for doing some art stream finally. I am as you can tell, I'm primarily an artist and I love working on my own assets and all sorts of stuff like that. So it's really nice because I haven't gotten to really stream my art a lot lately, and I would really like to, you know, really get into streaming that because it'd be nice. It'd be nice. It's something I love and I care about, so that's something I want to do. I love I love streaming art. I love showing people my art. Oh, come on, pause. Okay, there. Yeah. Thank you. I wanna show you guys my art. Art is fun. I've been loving that. Oh, you're designing new magical girls? I would love to see some at some point. I love a good magical girl, of course. I love a good magical girl. I think that'd be really nice to see. I love seeing other people's art. It's so inspirational. Inspirational. I think that you've got a good eye for photography, actually, Seraphim. I think you've got Yeah, of course, magical girl. Wow, I love magical girls. I know. I'm very. I'm not surprising. Oh, we have the ads. Oh, I love the ideas behind your magical girls though. I love the peaches one. I love the idea of the spooky clown doll magical girl. I like that idea. But yeah, okay. When the ads are done, we're going to go do. We're gonna go do smart. Oh, of course. Oh, I'll probably get hit by the ads just now. Yeah, now we have the perfectly cut, perfectly cut statements. And of course, McHoney, I'm calling you out. Even God, it's about 20 seconds before Honey. Why is Touch so weird today? Uh, but yeah, oh my gosh, daily walkies for everybody. Well, Saribot says that the ads are finishing. I don't know about anybody else. Have you all been still been struck with the ads? It's okay. Okay, yay! Welcome back, guys. I really love the idea. I love the idea behind your magical girl designs, Avian. That sounds so cute. And just like me, McHoney, of course you're interested in the clowns because you're a clown. The clown interested in clowns. Surprising. So innovative. Okay. Let's get over to the art room, and I'm gonna start doing some arts. I have to dig up. I know, haha, not me. Yeah, I love clowns and circus stuff. I'm really. I feel like I'm clown adjacent. I'm an internet clown. Let's go. Let's go to. Wait, no, it was on the desktop, wasn't it? I saved all my stuff to the desktop like a fool. Here is Dusk's. Here is Dusk's really cool art. I'm I am pretty clowncore. Yeah, I wanted to have a sort of clowny nose when I was making myself because I was like, ooh, what if I had a fun little clown nose? Yeah, yeah, Bupper, holy shit. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. Um, I'm really glad you like it. Yeah, I was going to do some more of the sort of line art and the coloring today, um, and try and finish this one up. I'm glad you like it. I'm really glad you like it. I was really hoping you would, because I think it turned out really cool. I liked the the reference for your cool potion props, and I was gonna do something along the lines of that. Where I was gonna add like a bunch of really cool colors to sort of accentuate the fun potions and things like that. And you're probably gonna see me try. I'm gonna try and finish this one today. Yeah. I was gonna try and finish this one today, and hopefully get um, hopefully get it all finished up. Cause the line work is almost done. I did all of the line work on the bottles already. So I'm not too worried about the vials, and then I can color them in and stuff like that. But I wanted to finish the line work. I wanted to put on like the face and things like that because I think it would look really cool with a little bit extra like detailed line work. Um, but yeah, As you can see, I used reference images. One of my favorite things to do is I use the reference images as sort of a sketch layer. So like if I have like really good reference images, like the ones that Seraphim gave me, I love using them as. Ooh, I do love gumball machines and candy dispensers. Sorry, I got immediately distracted from what I was saying because I was like, ooh, gumballs, I love that. Um, yes, I do like this. But I was gonna say that when you have a good reference, I like to sort of cut up and skew the images. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you enjoy your art that I'm giving you. That makes me happy. I'm always happy when people like the art that I'm giving them. It makes me happy so much. Makes me feel very fulfilled in that I've got a good sort of creative direction going. Um, but yeah, I wanted to make a really cool art piece here, and I was so inspired by the reference. I kind of mainly just kind of chopped and skewed the photos that I was given to make a good sketch layer, and then I laid down. I didn't even need to really sketch too much. I just kind of laid down some ink, and then um, sort of manipulated the line work itself, if that makes any sense, where I tried to push the shapes and the I like the angle a little bit more and the size of it, just to get that really good sort of the sort of angles and distance and perspective that I want. Um, and I think that it's turning out really really good. It makes me really happy with how it's turning out. So I'm actually going to continue working on the lower layer underneath the bottles. Like here you can see, hold on, I'll show you. This is the bottles themselves. I've done a lot of I've done a lot of line work to sort of give the sort of glass in effect. Um, I think that doing line work on things that are very reflective, like glass, looks makes it look really cool. So I did that. I also tried to do kind of fun line work on the glove because I wanted it to have the same sort of texture as the gloves that were in the photo. So I was trying to figure out how to do a fun sort of line work there. I'm probably going to add some more details to the gloves eventually. And then beyond that, we're going to be working on the face. I tried to really push the angles of the eyes on the pictures. Um, because I wanted to really make them kind of look like they're like peering into your soul, sort of despite it looking how it does. And I thought that this would turn out really really cool. I wanted to give sort of I didn't so obviously I didn't want to show any eyes underneath because there's not supposed to really be anything. It's supposed to be sort of a void, but I wanted to give the indication of the way that someone might be looking underneath it. And I did that by using the line work itself. Like when I was filling this in, I made sure to circle it in such a way where it's supposed to it's supposed to kind of evoke the way that you're looking, the eyes that would be underneath, um, if you decided to show them, And I think that that turned out really awesome. I'm very happy with it. Um, anyway, so let me grab my tablet pen. I do want to continue working on this one because I think, yeah, the area void it gazes back. I think it's really cool. I think it's turning. Yeah, yeah. Um, I always appreciate a little exaggeration on my mask. Emoting isn't really my strong suit, so having art that's kind of emotive is helpful. Yeah, I think that I think masks are really really cool, and I think that by sort of pushing exaggerated angles and shapes on a mask, you can really make them look a lot more emotive than people might think. And I love that. I think it's a really cool design piece. I love the design around the eye. I think it's so cool. And I really wanted to sort of exaggerate that in a really neat way. I'm currently probably still I'm still working on the hood. I wanted to make sure I could get like a little bit more detail on the hood. Sorry, I was working on something else, so my colors are a little weird. Let's reset them to black and white because that's always a lot more helpful. And I was using, yes, the textured pen. And is this the right size? Yes, it is. Okay, cool, cool, cool. And then I was going to do some sort of darker line work in here. When I really find, like, when I really find someone who I feel like I get a lot of sort of I guess this is I guess it's kind of what they it's so funny to use this word because I feel like a lot of artists sort of avoid it nowadays because it sounds so I don't know like ephemeral in a weird way. But when I find a person who has a really cool design or idea, it really does kind of become my muse. And it becomes so easy to create art of them. Do you know what I mean? Like there's ooh, no, it's a ooh, what happened to my camera? Hold on. I can totally do camouflage. Don't worry about that. I'll just add some camouflage to it. I don't really need a whole new reference for that. Um, I don't mind doing that myself. That's fine. Let me fix my camera real quick. Using my using my tablet, I think might have messed it up a little. Come on, stand up. Be good. Be good. Aw, aw. You caught the muse when drawing me. That's so sweet. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, McHoney. And then Avian, I really love the idea of collecting gumball dispensers. I think that's really cool. I know someone who has like a just like a standing gumball machine, but it's one of the ones where it's like hold on, it's I literally have it's one of the ones where it's literally just like this, but then it has the thing on top and it goes like that. It's one of those shaped ones. Um, and it's really I'm pretty sure they stole it from a pizzeria. I will be honest with you. I'm pretty sure they straight up stole that bad boy from a pizzeria. I'm pretty sure they just took the bolts out of the floor and took it with them. That's a that's that's what I know about. That's all I know about gumball dispensers right now. The black that I'm doing right now is actually mainly just shading for the inside of the hood. And I'm gonna probably do it a little bit here too, and then loosen it up, and then I'm gonna add texture. No, it's okay. I totally get the feeling of loving your gear. I totally understand that. Don't worry about it. Um, oh, a wall mounted one. Ooh, but hold on. Let me let me address all of you one at a time. Thank you so much, McHoney, for the I really love when people appreciate my design, and I think that so Avian, I love gumball dispensers. I think they're really cool, and the idea of getting a wall mounted one would be really cool. I think I would want to get those those do you know I don't know if you've ever seen the ones at candy shops where it's just kind of like a big wall of different colored M&Ms. And you'd like pull a lever and it just kind of disperses a just a mock ton of M&Ms into your bag. I feel like I kind of want one of those. I know it would be stupid because stocking that for whenever I want would be ridiculous, but I feel like that would be the sickest thing to have in your house. And as for Seraphim, it is totally okay to really appreciate your gear and your design. I think that that is really cool, and I'm someone who also really appreciates whenever I have really good gear or a design that you want to make sure people like know, oh, this is a cool detail about it, or that's a cool detail about it. This is all stuff that I did intentionally, for you to see and look at. Like that's exactly how I feel about stuff too. So don't worry about feeling like you're talking too much about it, because it's something that you like and that's cool. Like don't worry about it. I'm definitely going to try and include the camo pattern in your coat. Um like I said, right now I'm mainly just doing like ink lines and shading, but when I do color, I'll make sure it's camo. Don't worry. And yes, Nick, honey, you can come over for M&Ms. Yes. Oh my gosh, send me the popcorn candy dispenser. I want to see that. Um, feel free to send me a message on Discord. I'll bring that up because I love candy dispensers, and I love all sorts of stuff like that. Makes me happy. Makes me happy. Yeah, and I'll bring it up on stream. I want to show people. I'm gonna show people your popcorn candy dispenser. Feel free to send me the pattern. I might not be able to get it exact, but I can do my best. It's funny, my camera's kind of low key attached to my tablet right now. So when I'm trying to hold my tablet still so that my camera doesn't get jostled all over the place. Ooh, yes, show me the I want to see it. Oh, let's see. Let's bring up this popcorn cart machine. Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. Hold on. Am I able to copy this over here? Yeah, I am. Oh, okay. This is what it looks like. It's so cute and small. Oh, I love that. I would keep that on my desk all the time. That's so cute. Oh my gosh. I would keep this full of rainbow jelly beans. It is. This looks really good. Honestly. I want jelly beans. I'm not like usually the biggest fan of jelly beans, but this makes me want jelly beans like really bad. Love me a good candy, honestly. I'm a real I'm a real sweet tooth, honestly. I got so much love for candy. You love the popcorn ones? I'm surprised because like some people are like, oh, it just tastes like fake butter, but at the same time, I'm like, it's not just what a lot of popcorn tastes like, honestly. Oh, they scale really well with 12-inch dolls. That's really cute. Maybe I should get one for my toy collections. Yeah, to be fair, I also really love butter. There's a lot of I love a lot of candy. Here's the thing: is that I've got I'm a big fan of candy, so I've got a lot of candy that I like. um, popcorn is your favorite jelly bean flavor. Wow, so you are a popcorn fanatic. You're like a popcorn jelly bean connoisseur. So of course you should get the popcorn jelly bean cart. It makes sense. Oh, the grass clipping one. Well, you're kind of a bee, aren't you? You would like grass clipping. Not to stereotype bees or anything, but yeah, yeah, you're just like suddenly realizing this about yourself is that you're a bee, so of course you'd like the grass clippings. It's really funny. It tastes good. Yeah, you can send it to me on Discord. You probably see me in other Discords. So if you wanna send it to me on Discord, you absolutely can. I'm not worried about it. I'm not particularly pressed about getting DMs. Um, but yeah, I don't like the grass one. I don't know. I feel like I have forgotten what it tastes like. I couldn't tell you either way whether it tastes good or not to me. I've tried grass flavored soda. Okay, here's a weird one. Here's a weird one. Have any of you tried the celery flavored one? The celery soda. There's a celery soda. It's weird. It does basically taste like grass, honestly. But like I've yeah, the celery soda is wild. I bought it. Available locally, like really close by. I could literally go buy one right now. But it is just very strange because it really does feel like you're kind of drinking a cup of grass of like and it's green. It is like green. Um it's made by the same people I think who make Dr. Brown's root beer or something along those lines. Oh, I've heard of cucumber soda. That's not bad, honestly. Like cucumber soda is definitely not as strange to my flavor palette as the celery or the grass, but the cuz like cucumber water is very common. It's just kind of a very light flavor. Cucumber flavored potato chips. I haven't had that. I haven't had that cuz I'm used to cucumber being associated with I don't know how else to say this, but wet things like water. There's a hold on. There's a cucumber Gatorade. I feel like Gatorade is the last brand that I expect to have any sort of flavor profile. I feel like I would have had cucumber chips as in like dried cucumbers, but not like potato chips that are flavored like cucumber. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't feel like they are the same thing. Japanese Lay's has a cucumber chip. Well, of course it's Japanese Lay's. Come on. Yeah. Oh my god, I know that feeling where it's like, "Oh, I need to stock up on this item because they never restock it." And then when it's in stock, it's like a surprise. It's like, "Oh, by the way, we bought more of this." And it's like, "Oh my god, really?" I that's how I feel about Umaibo. That's why I've been posting recently. I've been like, "Oh yeah, my Umaibo. I want to get Umaibo." Um it's literally like my favorite Japanese snack in the world and it comes in a pack of like 20 for $12. So it's kind of expensive, but they're essentially giant Cheetos and I love them. I love Umaibo. It is my favorite thing. They are they're literally just a giant Cheeto. It is a single giant Cheeto. And sometimes they have different flavors or are filled with stuff because they're hollow in the middle, so that you you don't choke and die when you're trying to eat this giant Cheeto. And I love them. I love them. Oh my god, they're so good. Um, they're like better. Oh, I could have sworn I know you from a different server, Seraphim. Let me see. Is there a server that I know you? I don't think so, actually. Well, that's okay. You can send it to me on Twitter, and I'll grab it for you. I'll grab it. Don't worry about it. Um, but yeah, no. Umaibo. Do you want to know how much of an Umaibo fan I am? I'm a total Umaibo stan. It's really silly. Um, I'm a, they sold um like miniature Umaibo packages, like little tiny ones of the Umaibo sticks as keychains in a gachapon machine, and I bought like 20 of them trying to get all of the different flavors. I was like, "Ooh, I'm number one Umaibo stan in the world. I gotta get all of these." I wasted so much money getting all these. Hey, I got really lucky though. Hey, I need you to know I did not actually waste a ton of money. I only got two duplicates. I only got two duplicates, so I got really lucky on my gotcha pulls that time. So you can't blame me. You cannot blame me. I did a really good job. And I think it did. I think yeah, I get really into it. Wait, I could probably show you what umaibos look like. I love them so much. They have a million different flavors. Let me see. Hold on. Umaibo snack. I need you to know that like when I was originally trying to find these things, oh, here's what they look like. Here's what the packaging looks like. Hopefully I can copy this over. Let me bring it into. Can I bring it into Clip Studio? Let me. Nope, I can't because it is a probably a WebPMG or something. Oh, I could bring this over. Oh my god, it's small. But this is like what the packaging looks like. And then there's like, hold on. Oh, can this copy over? Did this copy over at all? Hold on. I'm trying to show you guys. Oh my gosh. Here. So like this is one of the I believe this is the nori flavored one, but I love the cheese flavored one. It's literally a big tube. I don't think that there's not like an image for scale, but I need you to know that this thing is like a solid inch and a half in diameter. This thing is big. It is huge. It is and they're called so I can look up Umaibo stick now because I know that it's called Umaibo. But yeah, it's a huge Cheeto, which is why it comes in like a package of 12 of them, or like 20 of them, because like you will down one of these so fast. But they're so tasty. It's so worth it. I love them. And they're hollow in the middle, and they have a ridiculous amount of flavors. I do not know how to express to you the amount of flavors that are in this snack. So my favorite obviously is the basic cheese one. I just like the cheese one. The cheese one is so good. I know it's like probably really basic, but it's one of my favorites. It's just so good. I need you to know that there's like 500 flavors of these. Oh my god. Yeah, here, hold on. Here's a list of all of the flavors. I'm gonna tell you about them. And they're weird. They are weird flavors. They are not normal flavors. This is not a normal snack because it is from Japan. It's it's so freaking weird. I love these snacks so much. Yeah, corn potage. Corn potage, which is, by the way, corn soup. It's a corn soup snack. There's salami flavor, there's chicken curry, there's tonkatsu sauce, there's takoyaki, there's, for some reason, a chocolate flavor. Yeah, there's one that comes in chocolate. It's apparently very popular. There's one that is essentially salmon roe. flavor. There's one that's natto. I think everyone here knows about natto, where it's that kind of sticky, kind of gross food. It's like soybeans, and then they have like the goop that connects them. And then there's teriyaki burger, vegetable salad, just vegetable salad, which I think probably just tastes like salad, like leafy greens. And then shrimp and mayonnaise. Don't know why that's the combination. Okay, let's go. And then nori, which is just seaweed. That's pretty normal. A lot of Japanese snacks come in seaweed. Beef tongue. They have a beef tongue flavor. Sugar rusk, which is like the outside of the sugar cane, I'm pretty sure. Rice dumplings and yakitori. And then they have the discontinued ones are also insane. Some of them I wish weren't discontinued. I don't know why they've got. Oh, the ads. Is the ads getting you? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. I didn't think about it. I am info dumping. I am info dumping my. Yeah, it's kind of a Kit Kat situation, but oh my god, I didn't realize I was info dumping about this. I am so. Oh, oh my gosh. Wait for the ads. It's, oh god, before you continue. Okay, we're back from the ads. Oh, thank God. I was just laughing. I was just laughing because I just realized I'm literally info dumping about a snack that I really like. And I'm like, yeah, maybe this is a little bit of a hyperfixation of mine. I do really like snacks. Oh, I do love Pretz. Pretz also has really fun flavors, and yeah, it is kind of like the Japanese Kit Kat situation where they have just a ton of weird flavors. Some of the like discontinued ones sound so good though. They have a pizza flavored one. They have a hot dog flavored one. They have I didn't say all of them would be tasty, but they do have a curry flavored one, and they have chocolate peanut. They have kabayaki, which is like a sort of specifically type of uh barbecued eel. They have cocoa caramel candy. They have omu rice. They have omu rice. They've got crab dumpling. Um, I don't know why this one's called Bean American. Probably because natto is kind of bean, and they didn't want to confuse it with any other kind of bean. I guess they also just have a red lobster, just full on red lobster flavor. I'm not gonna waste too much time talking about umaibo though. Oh my god, bean American. I too am a bean shaped American. I'm surprised they don't have a wasabi flavor, honestly. Um, I don't apologize for the infinite speech. Yeah, okay, I should listen. I should listen. But being parentheses American is literally, it's literally suffixed, like so. Mame means bean, and it's American. It's American. So it's literally bean dash American, and I find that so funny. Yeah, you're literally here to listen to me. Yeah, that's fine. I can close out this. These are really cute mascots though. I do love the mascots, but I got a bunch of keychains of basically all these flavors, and so there are a bunch of different brightly colored keychains, and they're really cute. I do like them. I do like them. I am not immune to collecting little doodads of my favorite foods. Um, like how a lot of American products would just be like, oh, it's got cute M&Ms on it. The M&Ms, the M&M guys. And then a lot of the times you're like, oh, this is kind of like a sort of cheap collector's item for like a very specific niche of people. I finally understand that, I think. I finally understand that based on my ridiculous Umaibo fascination. And what's equally funny is that they are in one of my favorite anime. Well, only technically, only on not in copyright, but in technicality. Which is funny because when I first bought them, I was able to read the the symbols, the because I can read Japanese fairly well. I just can't do kanji. And so it was really funny because I'm like looking at this and I'm like, okay, umaibo, like I'll look up the translated name. And I looked up it translates to nummy stick. Like just basically it's a yummy stick. It's just called a yummy. So like I was just googling yummy stick, yummy sticks, yummy, and I'm like, and it's like, okay, yeah, I mean it makes sense. It's a very simple name. I understand they are a stick and they are yummy. Like makes sense. It makes sense that it's like that. But it was funny because I was not getting anything on Google, so I had to actually look it up via the actual like the Japanese name for it because I was not getting anywhere looking up yummy sticks. One of the results was cinnamon though, which I mean like I guess I guess cinnamon would be a yummy stick in for some people. Just makes me think about that post that was going around Twitter recently that was like it was like you should be min-maxing your meals and like oh you should make sure you're only eating natural things, and on the plate was a whole cinnamon stick. And I'm like, and it was really funny because that post was so divisive between people who are like, what do you mean you do not chew on cinnamon sticks? And the other half of the people being like, are you insane that you chew on cinnamon sticks? Yeah. So like it was incredibly divisive because people were like, you're chewing on bark. That's tree bark. That's literal tree bark. You don't what? And it's just I love the internet because it's truly like that on the internet where it's like, oh, what do you mean you don't do this thing? What do you mean you do this thing? That's weird. It's so good. It's so funny. But I think that's truly what the sort of internet was made for, was this sort of was finding the dichotomy between most people. I think I'm actually gonna extend this down here a little bit more. Yeah, all that tree bark. And like, I understand how some people might have gotten confused and or were led to believe that yes, you can chew on, like the thing is that a lot of those people also were like, I don't swallow it. I do not eat the cinnamon stick. I just chew on it. Which like fair, okay, you know, get some roughage. You're kind of acting like a deer, but that's okay. And, you know, I understand you. Don't worry. This is a safe space. You can chew on tree bark if you want to. But at the same time, I'm also like, well, at least it's food grade. You know, it's safe. You're not going out there and chewing on a birch tree, you know? Yeah, like, I guess, yeah, it's specifically the fact that you're kind of acting like a deer is wild. Yeah, well, that's what deer do. They go out and they will bite off strips of bark, and it's actually really good for their teeth. And funnily enough, like that, there is a lot of stuff like that, like in the wild that you are able to and supposed to chew on, and it does help your teeth. Like it is a thing. It's not abnormal, you know. Like it is natural, but at the same time, it's like, well, you are acting like a deer right now. You, but yeah, the fact that it's so spicy is something that would have turned me off from that pretty quickly, I think. See, like, okay, like when it's softened a bit, most of the spices come out of it. That makes sense. That's fine. That makes sense. But I'm like imagining a person who was given, how like sometimes a fancy restaurant will put a cinnamon stick on your plate when you're getting like just a simple vanilla ice cream. And they're like, voila, here is our fancy plating. You have a cinnamon stick next to your ice cream. And then I'm imagining someone who makes the utmost mistake of, oh, I finished my ice cream. Time to eat the dessert part of my ice cream. And then swallows, like chews and swallows a whole cinnamon stick, and the waiter is watching on in horror. See, like it makes like part of the time it makes sense. It makes sense to have a cinnamon stick for a lot of stuff. And like maybe like once you have other flavors and it's dispersed the spice a bit, I can't imagine just straight up eating cinnamon. That is like we've been through this. The cinnamon challenge was not a good thing. It did not go on to show that cinnamon is a very palatable thing for a person to have straight, like yeah, we had the same thought. We had the same thought about the cinnamon challenge. See, like, yeah, like cinnamon goes good in deeply in moderation, but I don't think a cinnamon stick is very moderate, honestly. Well, like a cinnamon jelly bean is different. That is a cinnamon flavor that has been perfectly profiled to the amount of cinnamon that is needed to be in said jelly bean. Oh, it's like red hots. Red hots are not actually spicy. They're just cinnamon. And like I know Bubble Mama loves red hots. Like she's actually a big fan of them. She keeps them around to put on Christmas cookies. She makes, and then nobody else will eat that Christmas cookie because she's the only one who likes cinnamon that much. Bouillon powder, bouillon powder. Okay, so funnily enough, there is a method of eating ramen in Japan, like the instant ramen packets. Like the ones that come in a plastic bag. One of the ways that people will eat that they're like, well, I don't want to go through the effort of like creating the whole soup. So they'll just crush it inside the bag, and then they pour out the flavor packet. They pour like, and it's not the kind of flavor packet that is like wet where it has like oils and vegetables and whatever. Like it's usually just a bouillon powder. It's like a powdered soup. And so like they pour that onto it, and then they close it up and they shake it up, and it's kind of like really crunchy, like a nice crunchy snack. You can't imagine doing that. No, no. See, like that's the thing is that like okay, so that's an interesting way of having a snack. You've eaten bouillon cubes by themselves. Like I feel like it's one of those things where it's like you get to a certain point where it's like, oh, I'm basically making a soup in my tummy. I am making a soup in my tummy. All the ingredients are in there. That's how I feel about. This is gonna say so. Oh no, this is gonna say so much about me. Um, I really love cheese and crackers. And if I'm like too lazy to eat a meal, I'll be like, "Oh, I'm having, cheese and crackers or cheese and pretzels." And I'm like, "It's basically a grilled cheese I'm making in my tummy. It's not that much different. This is fine. This could be a meal." Bubble Puppy is a cauldron. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same thought. Like okay, it can join its brethren in my tummy and become a meal. You know what I mean? Like if you're willing to eat a grilled cheese, then like don't worry too much about the end result. Like it's all going to the same place. It's like those people who are like, oh, this is a deconstructed sandwich. And it's just like a sandwich but open. Do you know what I mean? It's like just a sandwich but it's in the parts. Yeah, you're a very hearty stew. A salad. Yeah, yeah, it's basically a salad. That sort of thing, you know? You ordered a bunch of packs of different Jelly Bellies last month for your Halloween party and you have so many leftovers. Oh my god. Kind of a dream is to have leftover candy after a Halloween party. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love a Halloween party candy. Where it's just like, ooh, this is all mine now. Yippee. Ooh, mac and cheese for the function. I do have a potluck I'm going to soon. But it's really funny because so I was like, oh, me and my friends, we're having a potluck. That's gonna be nice. We're all gonna bring something, and we're all gonna share these foods. It's gonna be nice. I'm gonna enjoy it. Oop, you know what? I should put that elsewhere, actually. But it's really funny because I was like, oh, well, I could bring something like really big, really nice for the potluck. And then it devolved into, well, I guess Bubble Puppy is going to bring a whole roast ham and everybody else is bringing sides. Which like isn't crazy. It's not crazy to bring a roast ham, to the function, but at the same time it is a bit overboard for what we had intended the function to be because it went from a potluck to a Thanksgiving dinner. But that's okay. Yeah, Ponyo voice ham. Here's the thing is that I do love a ham. I love a ham. Well, the thing is that we were all going to bring an aspect to create a full meal. And then I was like, hold on. It's basically holiday season. And hams are on sale. Hams are on big sale. And I could just buy a small one for my group of friends. And we just share it. We'll just bring it to the place that we're going and share it. Because I know how to make a mean ham. I know how to make a mean ham, guys. Like I'm really good at it. But it was just really funny because it went from, oh yeah, I'll bring the mashed potatoes, I'll bring some mac and cheese, I'll bring a little bit of this, I'll bring a little bit of that, and together it comes together to a big meal. But now it's like everybody is just like, well, I guess I'm bringing sides. I guess I'm bringing sides, and the main meal's gonna be this massive ham that Bubble Puppy's gonna make. Yeah, you can come. You can make brownies. I was secretly thinking of, well, I loved how my Halloween event went. I really liked having all of my friends, kind of show up and it felt really fun. I was secretly thinking about doing like a friendsgiving, like a VTuber friendsgiving where everybody has like submits a clip of them talking about what they're thankful for. And I thought that would be so cute, but I'm like, I don't have time to plan that. Yeah, it was like honestly it was really fun and I'm just glad that I had you at the little party. But yeah, like having a little friendsgiving where I have all of my little VTuber friends and all my streamer friends just submit a little audio clip talking about what they're thankful for. I think that would be so cute. And we frame it like we're having dinner together. And then we and then I think it would be really funny if we like me and some people played something like along the lines of like Undercooked or something afterward. Yeah, something to pin for next year because it would be really fun. It would be really funny to play like one of those really ridiculous cooking games, and then we're framing it like we're trying to make Thanksgiving dinner. Like we're all like, okay, time. Well, we've all said what we're grateful for. Let's go grab the food, and then it's like, oh my god, you gotta go cook. You gotta get this. You gotta. Like, you know how like families get really stressful during like Thanksgiving because everybody's in the kitchen desperately trying to do something. I think that would just be a really, really, really funny way to do that. because I love the idea of doing something silly, like just having a. That's why I wanted to play the. That's why I played the Pumpkin Ghost Festival after the Halloween party, because I was like, oh, and you know what? We're gonna carve pumpkins for the Halloween party. You know, like I thought that would be really cute. Obviously that devolved into me playing the whole game because I didn't know anything about it, but it was just so fun. It was such a fun game that I got really caught up in it, and I just wound up playing the whole thing. But but it was really fun. Like I don't know. Like I love having this sort of aspect where it's like, oh, you are here. You know, even if you're just a viewer, you are here with me. We are at this party together. We I like having this immersion aspect where it's like we are here together, and you know what, like you're here because I invited you and you're my friend, and we are all chilling, and we're doing a fun activity. I like I am immersion minded. I and it's like, and I don't even like mean it in like a weird like sort of like parasocial way. I mean it in like a, I love the immersion of like participation, of community. Do you know what I mean? Like where it's like, oh yeah, these people are part of my community. They are my friends. They are my friends. You know, like I don't know. Yeah, I love. I thank you, Seraphim. Thank you, McKenny. I do love having people participate, even if we're all so far apart from each other. I want like people have been talking lately. Yeah, friendship. It's literally the power of friendship. I'm literally doing power of friendship stuff to you guys. Um, but I do like one of the things that I love is trying to sort of bridge that gap, because there is something that I've been seeing a lot of people posting about lately is this sort of thank you, Saribot. Thank you, Saribot, for catching that guy. Um, God, it's Saribot smacks the spammers like a mosquito. You know, like it is on that. Oh my god. I didn't even see what the message said before it was deleted. Wow. Anyway, but what was I saying? Oh, I've been seeing a lot of posts on Twitter and on Bluesky where it is VTubers talking about how, despite having these communities and being feeling like we're all so connected and close to one another, it's really difficult because you feel very isolated still. And like a lot of people also deal with, like, obviously there's like people doing, you know, catty mean girl nonsense. That's just, like, why would you do that? It's there's no point in it. It's dumb. But like something specifically about like, oh, I feel isolated, and I'm like, I don't want it to ever feel like that, and I don't want it to. Like I feel like I've got really good streamer friends here and content creator friends, and it's like, well, I want you to be involved. I want it to feel like you are here in the room with me. I don't want it to feel isolated. I want it to feel like, oh, yeah, you are at my party. You know, even if you couldn't make it to the stream, you are at my party. You know, and you've made a little statement, and it's cool to have you here. Thank you for coming. You know, yeah. Don't. It doesn't really. No, you're right, McHoney. Where you said, I think that it also has to do with a little bit with the fact that there's a lot of VTubers who are putting on a character in their space, and I feel like a lot of people don't realize how that makes one naturally keep a certain distance from people. And it's true. And it's interesting because I don't know how to put this, but I'm like, and it's not necessarily that people are being inauthentic, and it's not necessarily that putting on a character is bad. I love being me. I love being Bupper. I love being myself. But in doing so, I am also being myself, you know? I'm being true to myself. I'm being as much of myself as I can be in front of people, and hoping that they accept that, and hoping that they want to be a part of a community with me. And I understand for some people that's also really scary because it is the internet, and scary things happen on the internet, you know. That's just how it goes. But I do think that, like, there's a certain level of hmm, there's also a certain level of like, oh yeah, like we're not getting to talk all the time. We may message, people might message each other a lot, but like we're still very much so in our own space doing our own thing, and it can lead to a, a pretty big sort of disconnect. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to make these as a note, as a side note, so that I can add these. There. These are just notes for how I want to fill that in, so I know where it's going to go down to. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, more like that. Okay, good. Yeah, like we are absolutely isolated because we are putting on characters. But if you are also true to yourself while you're putting on a character, that doesn't it doesn't take away from that, you know? Like, yeah, you could be like a cartoon dog on the internet. And as long as you're true to yourself and you understand yourself and you understand the boundaries you want to put up, but also the community you want to build, it's nice. Aww. Art by Chi Chi, thank you. You've got the realest vibes. I'm pretty sure I've seen you on either TikTok or on Twitch or Reddit. Oh, Reddit. Yeah, I did post on Reddit at one point. Hi. Oh, gee, I know that person. Hi, Chi Chi. Um, I'm glad you followed me. Thank you thank you for stopping by. Thank you for saying hi. I really appreciate it. You're sweet. You're really sweet. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like oh yeah, the context was OBS trouble. I was. Thank you. Thank you so much for following me from that. I really appreciate it. It's really sweet. Oh, and I think Tootling Monster is lurking somewhere. Um, but yeah, no, I appreciate that you followed me and you really liked my model. And I'm really glad. And I'm also really grateful to everybody who was on Reddit helping me with my model. That was such a fiasco, but it's okay. It's okay now. We figured it out. I'm really glad that people find me to be sweet and cool, and I just want to be a real one, you know. I want to be kind of honest with people about being a VTuber and like what you can do with it, you know? Not just thank you. I want to do it like nobody else. And I want to show people how they can do it like nobody else and still feel connected, you know? Like I want people to feel connected to their community, to their friends that they make here, and I think it's important. Thank you. Have a nice night. Yeah, you have a nice night. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming. I appreciate everybody who shows up and likes my vibes. I just want people to like my vibes. I think. You know, like I want people to like my vibes, come hang out. And if people want to be friends with me, they can be friends with me, you know? Like there's a lot of streamers out there who I think put too much emphasis on the isolation and the anonymity, where it's like, yeah, you can be anonymous, but you could still be yourself. And like I think that's what the internet's really for. And I think that's what I you know what honestly, that's what the internet's missing nowadays. You know, like we used to have MySpace. We used to have all these places where you could customize and be yourself and be crazy. And I feel like VTubing is a perfect extension of that. You can customize and and be yourself, but also be anonymous and also be a different person if you want to be. And you can reinvent yourself as many times as you want, and it'll still be you. And I think that Yeah, ironing poisoning is also very yeah, we need whimsy. That's it. That's what I'm trying to bring. We had whimsy, and like we're taking. I feel like I know that it's like, oh, this is a multi-million-dollar business VTubing. We need customization. We need role play. We need whimsy in our lives. And if you're just going to take on VTubing and make it into a crutch for yourself, to make it into yet another thing where you have to fake it and make it and force yourself to do these things that you might not even really want to for the sake of content creation. It's like, then why are you creating that content? Oop. Perfect time for me to end my statement. Ads are happening. Woo. Doggy ad. Doggy ad. You'll have to tell me about what the doggy ad is. Nice. Nice. Peak doggy ad. At least people know what they're coming into when they're watching a doggy ad here. You got Tic Tac. Get some Cheez-Its. Okay, we got everybody. Well, we got everybody doing little things. We're taking snacks. We're watching ads. Oh, I think ad break's over. Yay! But yeah, I think that the statement stands. We need roleplay. We need whimsy, but that doesn't stop you from being genuine. And if you feel like you can't be genuine, then you need to reinvent yourself. And that's that on that. I'm not saying what an odd Xbox. Yeah, there's been a lot of weird ads on Twitch lately. But yeah, no, like that's it. You gotta like if you don't need to rebrand. You just gotta reinvent yourself. If you don't like the corner of the internet that you have decided to create, you have to remake it because this is your house. Like this little corner of the internet. This is my house. I'm the door is open for anyone, but I'm allowed to set that like boundaries to who I want here, and I can like make it so that it's real for me. This is my real and true self, even if I am a cartoon dog on the internet, and it's just like that. Like, and I think that's important to like think about. You're making you're making your internet experience. And if you are doing stuff that makes your internet experience miserable, don't do it. And I understand for some people it's like, oh, well, I'm already a big content creator and people are expecting this of me. And it's like, what did you do to set up that expectation? Yeah, you can cater it. You can really cater it. It's like how a lot of people say like the block button is right there. If you don't like someone's vibes, get them out. It's okay. It's honestly, sometimes it could just be, I don't like what this person's posting. I don't have anything against them personally, but you can just go beep, bye bye, muted. It's okay. Like no offense to anyone. We don't. This doesn't have to be personal. It's the big wide internet, like we're all in our own little corners of the internet, and we can customize it to how we want. And like if you are a content creator who has been making stuff for so long, you are allowed to reinvent yourself. You're allowed cuz like if you have a loyal community, they're going to stick around. Oh yeah, absolutely. But the thing is that like you gotta practice what you preach. That's like I said, that's not being genuine. If you're gonna be genuine, you gotta you gotta preach that mindset and also be okay with other people blocking you. You know, like again back to the point of being genuine. And so it's about being genuine. Be your genuine self. You'll make that community. And if you're not to certain people's tastes, that's okay because you still have the people who want to watch you, who want to see you, and that's important. And like it's important for small content creators because if you're genuine at the start, you'll build a community that's genuine at the end. And then when if you're a big content creator and you don't like the community you've built, or you don't like the product that you're putting out, hey, reinvent yourself. Like I'm pretty sure Jacksepticeye did that recently. You know, I haven't watched him for years. I haven't watched him for a very long time, but I know that he kind of did a big change for his YouTube career and things like that. And now he's like streaming and doing all this other stuff. And there's a lot of other people who just kind of go, you know, I don't like what I'm making anymore. Yeah, this one might need a nicely edited video. Maybe I'll put this one on TikTok, or something like that. Just a segment, you know, where it's like, hey man, big content creators can recreate themselves too, and if you have a community that likes you as a person, a genuine community, you're gonna you're gonna get a good following regardless of the of the end result, you know? Like you can make this corner of the internet your own, even if you think that you are the product, you know? Because that's what they say is that if you're not paying money for something, you're the product. That's the old saying. But if you are a content creator and you are putting out stuff you don't like, it's okay. Change it. You can change it. The people who like it will find you. And I say that like think about all of the current YouTube like content creator essayists, etc. The people who are just talking about niche stuff that they love so much. Things like I think of people like specifically I think of um Polygon Donut who is talking about their special interests with weird technology, always talking about weird keyboards, weird out of date remotes, out of date computer mice that are novelties and strange and interesting. And it's like, yeah, you can do that. You don't have to just make what's profitable. And you know what? That can be profitable because then no one's making what you're making because you're making it with passion. Oh yeah, the cursed novelty tech. Funnily enough, I have a Crayola keyboard. Um, hold on. Let me see if I can show you my keyboard. But yeah, it is most important to use to do stuff that you love because you love it, and the views will follow. The views will follow, and the people who like it will like it, and the people who don't won't. And that's okay. And like if you're doing something weird and unique and fascinating, then that is going to show in what you make. Like there's a YouTube channel I love called Any Austin, and Any Austin makes oh my god, I can't believe I'm showing you my weird keyboard. Hold on. Yeah, that's a big enough size. Can I drag it here? Can I drag it into? No, I can't. Okay, let me see. Can I bring it? Oh my god, are they actually? Sorry, this is a CNET review of this keyboard. Why is there a CNET review of this keyboard? What is happening here? Unsupported file format. Come on, man. Hold on. I'm showing my display, so I can just drag this over. This is my keyboard. This is actually my keyboard. This is a keyboard that I use. Yeah. Oh my god, the old dandelion yellow Crayola crayon, and they recently gave that creator an award. Like, Crayola acknowledged this creator, which is huge. Like, gave them like a Crayola themed award, and like is amazing. Like, honestly, it's so cool. But yeah, this is on brand as hell. It looks exactly like me, doesn't it? this is my keyboard. Anyway, but yeah, the reason I found this image is because apparently CNET reviewed, and it apparently has a matching mouse. But I don't know. It's really funny. Yeah, it's not a great keyboard, but it's a keyboard. anyway. Oh yeah, it's like that's the Crayola person is a very good example. I follow someone called Annie Austin, and I hope he doesn't get like cornered into like the current genre of video that he's making, because anything I think he makes I would probably watch. But Annie Austin makes these amazing videos which are just about bureaucracy and fantasy worlds essentially. And I find it fascinating from a person who really likes like kind of statistics and just finds this sort of interesting as a to me it's interesting not necessarily as a world building thing, but it does go to show how it shows how video games have to skew statistics to create a believable world in a small scale. And I find that fascinating. I'm someone who's really into game development, and finding that those niche videos is amazing. And he covers so much stuff. He covers, oh, could these airplanes actually land in GTA 5? Is there actually enough room for them to land at the airport? And the answer was surprisingly no, because it was built specifically to a certain scale so that it feels like a real airport, but it's not so big that you're stuck spending hours and hours and hours wandering around it. You know what I mean? And they also do amazing videos of and you learn so much from it too, because they did videos on hydrology, specifically like, oh, where do all of the rivers and lakes in Skyrim come from, and where do they go, and how do they end realistically? Do they start realistically? Apparently, Hyrule's pretty realistic. When it comes to that, I find recently did a really fascinating one on the what's it called? What's Geralt's in it? The Witcher ones. Yeah, like did the Witcher ones, and apparently those are extremely realistic, like kind of ridiculously so for a video game. And I'm like, oh, this is actually fascinating. Yeah, there's always people who are going to want to see it. And it's interesting because he also did the realism in the electrical grid for Red Dead Redemption. For Red Dead Redemption 2, I think. And it was so cool. Especially because I like history, and so seeing like him comparing it to actual history in that time period versus what's out there, it's neat. It's actually like the thing is that it's genuinely really neat, and it really informs you not just about the real world, but also about like the way that our fictional worlds are built, which I find really cool personally. I've always found that to be very very neat. You know, I love a good sort of world building that is realistic, but also like seeing how things need to be scaled for a video game. Otherwise, otherwise your video game is gonna be freaking awful trying to cram all of this information into it. You know, and I just love that. I don't know. I don't know if that's just me being someone who loves information, but it's something I love a lot. It's really funny because I am known in other people's chats for being someone who has a lot of fun facts about stuff. whenever I'm in like my friends' chats or whatever, I'm always dropping these fun facts and being like, "Oh yeah, did you know that like XYZ related to the conversation?" And they're always like, "How did you know that?" Thanks for this information. Thank you for the fun fact about this. But also, how did you know that? And I'm just someone who likes fun facts. I'm a person who's so full of fun facts, honestly. Oh my gosh, yeah, go have fun. Go have a good stream. Um I will give you the VTuber blessing of may you not have any scuff. I'm really really glad that you like the art. Hopefully it'll be done pretty soon and I'll be able to give you like all the colored versions and it'll be able to be used wherever you like. Enjoy and have a good stream. But yeah, I love random trivia. I think I like it's funny because it's never like pop culture related for me really. It's very rarely pop culture related. I'm not like a person who's like, "Did you know that on Beyonce's like 6th album?" No, I'm definitely like bye. Yeah, I'll let you know if I need more reference. But I'm definitely someone who is like, "Oh, did you know that actually like XYZ light bulb was actually invented in this era, so technically this is supposed to be going on, XYZ time." And it's funny because you could probably really tell. Um, I know stuff like it's all niche stuff. It's all niche weird things. Um, it's always these like niche little facts about nonsense. Like I know a surprising amount about Nabisco. But that's because like I used to have a friend who worked at Nabisco, and then like yes, I'm dropping my secret ties to Nabisco. No, not really, not really. But it is fun and very funny to sort of see all of the fun facts come out when I'm streaming now, rather than in other people's chats. Because now when I'm streaming, I'm like, oh, fun fact, did you know? Did you know that this thing? Um, it is funny. I'm glad that we kind of got to share each other's like sort of funny weird objects today. I got to see the jelly bean machine, and you got to see my weird freaking keyboard. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. If Dusk is still streaming later, I'll probably raid Dusk. Aw. I mean, you could DM me on Twitter, but I know that's that's difficult. Hey. Oh, good news though. I am planning on starting a Discord. I'm gonna start a Bubble Puppy Discord. I've been setting it up. It's I love honestly I love making Discords. I'm someone who loves making a Discord and like setting up a server and making it look all pretty. Um, but I am setting up a Discord and I'm gonna send invites to people who I know are oh thank you who I know are you know Bubble Puppy fans who are interested to join in and probably add some of my friends. It'd be a good place for me to you know commune with people, and it'd be nice to sort of share stuff and talk, and then people can recommend games to me, and I can recommend games to other people, and we can all have fun. I like Discords. I love having Discords. I love having people who I can talk to all the time. Now, if only Discord mobile would do the thing where it lets me switch accounts when I need to. Because you can switch accounts at any time on desktop. I don't know why the mobile is so behind on that. It doesn't make any sense. Like, please just let me have two sign-ins. It's so ridiculous. Because I have one for my me, and then I have one for like art and stuff that I use. And for some reason, just no. They're like, no, we don't want you to switch on mobile. No alternatives. Bye. I'm like, no, please, please for me, please for puppy. What if it was for puppies? Yeah, mobile's always behind on it. But hey, pro tip: if you, oh, thank you for the head pats. Hmm. But yeah, something that I realized is that if you have a well, obviously you probably have an internet browser on your phone, but if you have like Chrome or Firefox or whatever the heck, you could just use it on mobile, like on the mobile web. You can use Discord on the mobile web, and so I'm signed in on one on the mobile web, and I'm signed in on the other on the app. It just makes it easier. Oh yes, oh I would love some water. Honestly, where did I put my water bottle? What the heck? Oh, there it is. I lost it for a second. But yeah, that's my pro tip is if you still want to be involved in other discords. Yeah, that's how you use Twitter. It makes sense. Thank you for the hydrate. I needed it. Honestly, I needed it. But yeah, I've been using Discord that way, and it's like it doesn't give me any notifications or anything, but I kind of have notifications turned off for most things, honestly. Um, so it's not like it's very different. Yeah, I can get rid of this one now. I think I'm gonna even them out a little bit because I do. Oh, I could actually extend them a little. I kind of want to extend them. Thank you for the compliment on my cross hatching, by the way. Okay, you're sending me clowns. Yeah, you can send me clowns, and I'll bring them up. Don't worry. I wanna see your clown collection. I don't know if I have my collection of Raggedy Anns on anywhere that I can show you guys, but I have a huge collection of Raggedy Ann dolls, which I know a lot of people find them kind of creepy, but I love them. I love them very much. I grew up with them, so I'm very familiar with them. But not gonna lie, my roommates are kind of freaked out by them. So I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about my giant collection of very clown-like dolls. Um, don't get too scared. It's okay. They're friends. And they're like, they're your friends, not my friends. Okay, let me go check on clowns. I want to go see your clowns. Let's see. I'm still on my keyboard. Hold on. But let's see. It's funny, I got so settled into using the laptop that I feel like I need to like copy over a lot of the stuff that's on the laptop now. Originally I was like, oh, I gotta copy everything from this computer because it's my desktop, so I gotta make sure that gotta make sure that it's all in one place. And then I kind of opened up the kind of opened up the laptop, and now I'm like, oh, now my all my stuff is on the laptop. Let me see your clowns. Where is it? Come on. Twitter's been so slow. I don't know why. It's like treating everything like it's loading for 5,000 years. doing a little dance to the music while I'm waiting for it to load. Oh, whoa! Okay, hold on. Am I able to copy this here? I am. Look at the clown collection. Whoa! Oh, I think it might be related to the Cloudflare issue, honestly. You have one large Raggedy Andy. I love Raggedy Ann and Andy. They're so cute. I love them. This is an insane collection. These are so cool. I love the plushie ones. They're so cute. They're so cute. Oh my gosh, look at these guys. Whoa. They have the rubber ducky. Oh, I love this plush purple one. That's really cute. Oh my god, they have the Pez clown. Wild. This is quite the collection, honestly. I see all of the scary clowns have been sort of relegated to the bottom floor. I think this one with the horn, this one might be one of my favorites. Honestly, I think this is such a cool collection. I love it. Tiny one next to the blue one on the top shelf. Which one? Which one is it? Is it this guy? Or is it this guy? But they're very cute. I love them. I love a good clown. Which one? You can tell me. It's okay. Top shelf. Wait, is it this top shelf or is it this one? Oh, is it this guy down here? Are we looking at your son? Yeah! He's so cute. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think I've actually... Sorry, I know what Avian's talking about. I've watched, I think I've watched Bouncy Clown. I watched... I watched a surprising amount of clowns. Okay, I watch a lot of clowns. There's a lot of clowns on YouTube that I really like. I might give you some recommendations. But I love these. I love this collection. It's really cool. It's funny. I do so between my love of clowns and the and my unfortunate Raggedy Ann and Andy collection, I do find it very funny because I bought this. It's right next to my computer right now. I'm literally looking at it. But I have a painting. I have a painting of a clown. I find her adorable. I think she's so cute. She's got these big rosy cheeks and a big old smile, and she's so sweet looking, and she makes me so happy. I love this painting. Unfortunately, unfortunately in the dark, she turns into a skull. And I don't oh, where's my phone? I gotta show photos of this phenomenon. It's it's like it's haunted. I swear to God. I swear to God. It's like it's a legitimately very cute paint. It's not like it's glow in the dark and so when you turn off the lights it's a skull. It's legitimately the way that it is painted. When it gets dark, she turns into a skull. And it's weird. And I know it's not on purpose because this person, it's from this artist, and she's well known for painting clowns, like drawing clowns. I don't know if I can find her name right now, but when you when you look at this painting, compared to in the dark, it's so weird. It's so weird. It's legitimately like, yeah, like she accidentally painted someone's soul into it. It's really weird because it's normally extremely cute. Legitimately, it's an incredibly cute painting. It just so happens to become a skull in the dark. So it's I'm gonna try and find it. I'm gonna try and find it and show you guys. But it's really funny. Oh, did I start streaming today by without changing my information? I think I did. Oh well, I don't care. It's fine. But yeah, it's like she painted someone's soul into it by accident. I think if I have the photo, I'm gonna send it to my desktop so I can show you guys because it is bizarre. It is truly like a a bizarre accident of um of painting, I guess, of drawing. It's like drawn in pastels. It's kind of like painted in pastels, and it's a really cute. Like I said, it's really really cute. Um, I only got it recently, so I should be able to find it pretty quick. That's a different painting. No, that's Miss Piggy. Sorry, going through my pictures is very like, oh, that's a picture of Miss Piggy, and oh, that's a painting of another clown. That's that's this, that, and the other. Disney. Oh yeah, I don't know why it keeps disconnecting. I swear I will have this after the ads. Found it. I found it. I found it. Yeah, I found it just in time. Sending it there. I can bring it up on. Okay, okay, I got it. I got it. I got it. Here. Hold on, let me show you. Okay, I have found. This is the clown painting. I think she is very sweet. I think she's very cute. She's just like a darling little clown, and she's got these sparkly big eyes, and she's so sweetie pea. And then, if you look at her in the dark, I have two different versions so you can see what I mean. She slowly becomes a skull. It's it's a little weird. So yeah, so she looks totally normal and then like develops into a skull at night. And I don't know how this happened. But yeah, that's my weird skull issue with this painting. Like I love her. Like I still have her hung up because I love her. She's so cute. She's my favorite. And it has stopped bothering my roommates as much, but it is very funny that that's a very real issue that I have. That's a skull issue. Skull issue. But it is a very real issue that I have. with this painting, and it's weird. I don't know how I found something so strange, but I did, and and now it's mine. And that's my very weird my very poor very weird painting. But I do have a very big Raggedy Ann collection. I'm not gonna look for photos of it right now, but I do have a very big Raggedy Ann collection that I love very much, and it makes me very happy. It is also very funny because anybody who doesn't like clowns is not gonna like Raggedy Ann. She's just clown coded. You know what I mean? Yeah, some colors are just less visible in the dark, and so it's created that weird sort of. Yeah, oh yeah, red disappears in the dark like crazy. Red light's always like the first one to go when you're looking at colors and whatnot. Grab this. I'm gonna straighten it out a little bit, make it bigger. There, that's what I was going for. Perfect. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the rest of the hood here. But yeah, I love Raggedy Ann. I grew up with Raggedy Ann. So Raggedy Ann was my first toy. Basically, my very first Christmas actually it was the first gift ever given to me, and I still have her. I still have my Raggedy Ann. She is just as old as I am, which means but she's in surprisingly good shape because when I became a kid, suddenly became like very conscious of like, oh no, my items mean a lot to me, and I don't want anything bad to happen to them. So she's in pretty good shape, but she's still very well loved. Her hair is no longer red. Her hair is now she's got frosted tips in a way where all the color kind of faded out of the tips of her hair, so it's like red at the base and now like orange and yellow at the very tips. So yeah, that's a she's a very old doll. um Kind of sun bleaching. I brought her everywhere. I brought her absolutely everywhere. She went everywhere with me, and even when I was an adult for the most part. um so she definitely got some kind of color bleaching to happen to her, which is not bad. I don't mind. I don't mind. I think that anything that gets a little bit, messed up out of love, it just shows how much you love it, And I think that that's fine. I don't think there's any problem with that. And I love toys. I love my dolls and toys. I think they're fun. Um, Ragged. I have okay. So I have this secret plan. Um, and I don't tell anybody about this because I don't know. It feels like a sort of level of sort of weird spirituality that not everybody is respectful towards, I guess. But I have this secret plan for my Raggedy Ann, right? Oh, thank you for the raid! Oh my god, and it's all my dogs! My dogs are here! Hi! Oh my god, well, puppy raid. Fantastic, thank you! Thank you, Blitzy. That's so sweet. Welcome, welcome, raiders. It's really nice to see ya. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate you. Welcome to my art stream. I'm currently doing a. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had someone make it for. Well, I had someone kind of rip it for me. Um, my fantastic artist friend. Their name is bubblebaath with two A's on Tumblr, and they do amazing 3D modeling art. And I asked them to help me, and they ripped the hi Spirit. Nice to meet ya. Nice to see you guys again. Um, and then they were really cool because they ripped them straight out of the game for me. They ripped them straight out of Nintendogs. So they're actual Nintendogs jumping, and I edited them all together into a lovely little raid alert so that whenever I have raiders, they'll jump on the screen and say hello. Oh, and then when you have a follow like that, thank you, Spirit, for the follow. I have individual dogs, so each individual little dog gets their own, and it's random. Anytime somebody follows me, it's a random dog. So it's not all going to be the same dog when they are followers, and they're also different clips from the raid alert too. They're an entirely unique dog every time. It's really cool. I'm actually really proud of my raid alert and my follow alerts. Yeah, I love Nintendogs too. They're really good. It's just such a formative game for a lot of people. It's so good. But welcome to my art stream. Today we are drawing the prizes for my costume contest for Halloween. I did a fun little costume contest. You can actually watch the VOD on my VOD's YouTube. I'm actually really proud of it. It was a Halloween party stream. So basically, I had everybody come in. Oh, you haven't heard of Nintendogs? Wow. Okay. So that's rare. It's Oh, you had cats? Oh, very cool. Um, at least, but like most people know of Nintendogs. Like if you had cats, then you were at least playing on a DS. Normally, so it's a DS game or a 3DS game, depending on what you had, and it is by Nintendo. So Nintendogs is a doggy raising simulator. You raise little puppies, and you can get them to compete in dog sports, and you play games with them and dress them up, and it's so cute. I gotta play it on stream at some point, but it's so cute, and I highly recommend playing it if you can find an old copy. You could probably find an old copy like nearly anywhere. They're very prevalent, but it's very fun, and I love Nintendogs so much. So I was like, I gotta include that in my streams somewhere. Like I love them. Um, and yeah, so that's what Nintendogs is. But yeah, I did a Halloween party that had. Oh yeah, basically yeah. That is the origins of Nintendogs is not Smash Bros, but Nintendogs is its own game, and Smash there's a Smash Bros like thing in it, like Easter egg of Nintendogs in there, and I love that. Honestly, good for the Nintendogs still getting work. Yeah, the assist trophy. I love Nintendogs. It's such a good game, honestly. It's so well made and very interactive and fun, and I think that's such a good. It's so good. I love it. I could keep talking about Nintendogs all day. Like, did you know that when you buy, so you know how Nintendogs has a bunch of um different types. So Nintendogs came out, and it was like Labrador and Friends, Kittens and Friends. It was like Chihuahua and Friends. So like you could get different Nintendogs with different games. So the base Nintendog would be whatever the title had. And the thing was a lot of people didn't know this. If you connected your dogs together, like you and your friends, if you had your dogs have a play date on your 3DS by having them connect, you could then get their dogs, like their breed of dogs that were exclusive to their copy. So you didn't have to buy yeah, kind of like Pokemon. You didn't have to buy every single one of them. Oh, Dusk just gave me Dusky Seraphim just gave me a shout out. That's so sweet. Thank you. How sweet. We haven't even rated them yet. I don't need. That's really funny. But anyway, whoa, sorry, went a little silly there. But yeah, you're afraid of dogs. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I promise not to bark at you. Don't worry. But yeah, no, like, it's funny. It's funny. I will be real. I get like socially nervous around other dogs. I feel like you need to put like one of the nervous dog collars on me because it's like I love dogs. I love them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I love a big dog. I love a small dog. I love all kinds of dogs. But I feel it's funny because I do feel like almost socially anxious around them. I'm not afraid of them as a dog. Like I'm not like, "Oh, I'm scared of dogs." I'm just like, "Hello, sir. How do you do?" uh I don't know how to socially interact with you properly besides giving you a good pet. Nice to meet you. Dogs petting other dogs, I know, right? Pomeranians are an exception. Are you? Do you mean that Pomeranians are the only dog you're not afraid of, or are Pomeranians the only dog that is small that you are afraid of? Cause I can totally get that. Yes, yes. Okay. Honestly, I'm thinking about making the nervous collar. I'm genuinely thinking about making the nervous collar as something I use when I'm playing horror games. I'm someone, I'm someone who screams a lot. It's it's well known amongst my friends that I am really easy to startle. I don't get scared easily. That's the thing, is that I don't get scared. I'm not a person who is like scared, but if there's a jump scare, it will get me. Oh, hi, Kochi. Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. Oh, everyone, don't forget to do your daily walkies. It's a redeem in the thing that will count out how many days you've walked. Yeah, like that. Oh, damn. Sorry, I forgot. So I'm on a no, I'm on a new computer. I'm normally using my laptop, and it lost all the history for all the yeah, you're gonna do it like 6 times. Yeah. Yeah, you can do that. I mean, it works. Oh my god, the alerts filling up my feed. That's really funny. Oh, a Newfoundland is so fluffy. It's okay. You can leave it at 3. Um, but yeah, I was thinking about making myself a collar that says nervous for when I play nervous. For when I play nerve-wracking games because I'm not scared. I just get jump scared so easily. I'm a screamer. I'm a real screamer. It's really funny because the other night I went to the bathroom and we have a hat rack and I mistook the hat rack for a person and I screamed. And then I just like looked at it, so disappointed in myself because I was just like, oh yeah, like, oh, like, this is fine. I know that the hat rack is there. I know that this hat shape is there, and then I screamed anyway, and I was like, well, you know, like I guess that's me. I guess that's me screaming. My roommates are always my oh, English mastiffs are huge. Hat, hat racks do be standing there menacingly. Yeah, like the thing is that we we even have a mannequin head. Like we have a mannequin head, but it's like in the living room, and I would be scared of the mannequin head, except I'm just like so I'm just like so jumpy that it was the hat rack instead that got me. Um, it's probably because I saw it in the dark, so I was like, oh no, and then it was normal. It was just normal. Oh yeah, English Mastiffs are massive. I've met one, and I'm a short guy, okay? Like I'm a really short guy. That thing is huge. I'm a small dog in comparison. But yeah, Five Nights at Bubble Puppy for jump scares. The thing is that I'm not scared of the FNAF jump scares because they're very predictable. If you fail, you know it's gonna happen. Like I'm pretty good when like it's very obvious, but when it's just like, oh, by the way, there's this thing suddenly screaming at you, and there's no cue for it. Oh, it gets me every time. You have a mannequin from in your garage from your job. I mean, it makes sense. Oh, it's funny because like Cujo isn't isn't like a very scary movie to me because I literally am just like I look at I look at Cujo and I just kind of go, bro, put your dog on a leash. It's your dog. It's just a guy. Like, go talk to the neighbor and get your ball back, because it's just a dog. You know, after a certain point, I'm like, this is no longer a dog. This is a horse. You know, like that's a big dog. Yeah, like Cujo, I find more sad than scary. I'm just like, no, he's just like trapped in his backyard. Probably doesn't get enough walks. He's probably like really understimulated, so of course he probably like wouldn't even like hurt a kid, you know, if you unless you like and like in reality, if you like, I know it's a story, so like yeah, the dog is ontologically evil because I don't think he has rabies, because if you have rabies, you get put down like really fast. Oh yeah, like later he got rabies, I'm pretty sure. Um and like yeah, when dogs are rabid, that's really sad because then you have to get put down and it's really depressing. But like largely, like if Cujo was just like a normal dog, yeah, he got bitten by a bat. Yeah, like if Cujo was just like a normal dog, like then it's just kind of like, oh well, your dog's just poorly trained. Don't like he's probably not gonna attack a kid, but a kid's gonna be scared and probably like kick him, and that would make them bite. You know, like he would probably be doing it in self defense. Like there's a whole other thing about Cujo. You know, like it's about to me Cujo's more about responsible dog ownership than it is about than it is about a scary dog. That's just my thoughts on Cujo, personally. Personally. Oh, could you imagine? Can you imagine getting bitten on the nose by a bat and then suddenly you have rabies? And rabies is bad in people too. Like it's really bad in people. Yeah, it's yeah. It's the humans are the scary part of a dog. You know, like at the end of the day, a dog is an animal, and it doesn't actually want to hurt you 99% of the time. Like even a mean dog, even a dog that barks and stuff is like it's likely to jump on you, but it's they're not really vicious unless it's like, oh, you're in its space, you know, you're in its space or you're doing something to bother it, you know? And that's why I get so mad whenever oh yeah, rabies in humans is terrible. Oh my god, it's so bad. Oh, corgis are real cute. Corgis corgis are more of a stuffed animal than a dog. When you look at them, they're so fluffy. Their proportions are ridiculous. They're overall a really funny dog, and also they're very social. Like a corgi is oh, corgis are so smart. They're so smart because they're herding dogs. Like you normally when you oh yeah, absolutely. Feel free to ask smart advice. Pomeranians remind me of Bakugo. Yeah, no, I can understand that. Oh, Shibas are also very smart. Shibas are on. So like, okay, hold on. There is like a scale that comes with owning dogs. Oh, no, hold on. Is it here? Did I just where did it go? This is it. There's a scale where if you own a dog, there is a smartness scale to sort of naughtiness, and it just goes like this. I think like Shiba's up here, poodles up here. I think that sheepdogs are probably they're also really smart, but they're like more around here. Actually, like the naughty on the naughty scale, I think that they're not very naughty, but they're very smart. So they're probably around there. Like the thing is that a lot of the reason behind that. Okay, so fun fact, the reason behind that is that the dogs are really smart because we gave them jobs. Okay, cross hatching digitally. Oh, cross hatching digitally. Huskies are absolutely at the top. But again, it's a dog with a job. Malinois are also high up there, also a dog with a job. Like, cross hatching digitally. Well, I think when it comes to cross hatching, it very much so depends. First of all, it also depends on having a good brush for it. Um, Sometimes smoother cross hatching doesn't look as good, and having a textured pen can really help. because it makes it feel more like you're using an actual pen when you're doing cross hatching. Um, but yes, also like I said, dogs that are smart are ooh, opinions on Great Danes. I think Great Danes are great, but they're also um, I find them to be slightly. Sorry, I just heard something in the other room. Um, yeah, they need a lot of space. They need smart dogs need a lot of stimulation and a lot of attention and a lot of space. And that's what makes owning them really hard. And that's also why they act out. That's also why they're naughty. So to be fair, if you have a dog that is really smart, you need to make sure that they have the appropriate stimulation. Otherwise, that's how you get a naughty dog. Because the thing is that they love learning. They love learning all sorts of tricks and stuff like that. Um, but it's but like people don't realize that dogs have different needs. Dogs need training. Husky screams are so funny. Honestly, I would get a husky and I would never stop them from screaming because I find them so funny. Okay, so I'm talking about two different things here. Um let me let me do something really quick. So when it comes to but yeah, when it comes to dogs, make sure you research your breed. Make sure you know what you're getting into when you're actually taking care of them. You can't just randomly get a dog. I mean, you can if they're like a rescue. Like a lot of the times rescues don't have purebred dogs that will have the same issues, but they will have other issues that make up for it by being, rescues. No, no, no. I absolutely like it's totally fine for us to change the topic. We've been talking about dogs for the last 20 minutes. Um the chocolate thing? Oh, chocolate has a specific chemical in it. That's the thing. Is that they can't process that chemical and then if they can't process it, it'll damage their liver to the point where it's not recoverable. Oh yeah, King Charles Spaniels are really good. They're smart, friendly, and small, which is good. But yeah, that's why chocolate's bad for dogs. It's why grapes are also bad for dogs. There's a lot of food that their body cannot process, and it's sort of like so. For example, we eat spicy things because we like the spice, but birds can eat spicy peppers and it won't affect them because they do. Oh, thank you for the head pat. I appreciate it. Yeah, tannins, caffeine, things like that. There's specific chemicals that they can't process. Like for example, birds don't need to process capsaicin, so they don't have that issue because they're basically made for eating spicy things. However, if you feed that to a dog, they also process capsaicin like we do, and that's not good because another head pets. Yeah, I'm getting so many head pets today. This is so lovely. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate it. But yeah, so that's basically why you have to research what foods. Some foods are not good for them simply because they're high in fats, so it's better to like limit the amount that they eat of them. So like that's why you shouldn't, give them a burger or whatever because they have higher fat content than is healthy for them to process. Um but you can give it to them every once in a while. People feed seagulls laxatives? What? I've never heard of that. It is mean though, and it could kill them. That's technically poisoning wildlife. You could be arrested for that. I do not condone this at all. Oh, it's for a prank. That's not a look. If the seagull ain't laughing, it ain't a prank, bro. That's the thing. It's not funny. It's not funny if the person you're pranking isn't laughing, and if seagulls can't laugh, then it ain't funny. Seagulls can't laugh and ain't funny. Um, I'm gonna show you really quick how to do some cross hatching. So, when it comes to cross hatching, I'm gonna make a. Hold on, I'm gonna do it in black. Sorry. Yeah, like the if you're gonna you don't prank wildlife unless it's like something that genuinely will not harm them. Like you could make a you could give them a put them in a silly costume or whatever. Something that won't harm them. Won't be so bad. Okay, so I've made a quick box to show cross hatching. Um, the some of the one of the best things you can do when you're doing digital cross hatching, specifically digital, is it's a good idea to like kind of rotate um, your canvas just so you can kind of go in a straight line. You want to kind of follow the line of your hand. Also, cross hatching when doing traditional, if you just rotate the paper, it's also, it's good enough. It'll do the same thing. Um, but if you're doing cross hatching, uh, you want to make sure that they are equidistant for the most part. Similar sizes, equidistant, because otherwise, if you go thick line, thin line, thick line, thick line, thick line, thin line, thin line, thin line, like that. It's honestly it's practice. Drawing on a computer it's about the tools and it's about the practice. Um, what I used to do is I used to draw primarily traditionally and then transfer it into a computer and then do all my coloring and stuff on the computer. But then I got a tablet that I was very comfortable using. Oh, ads. Uh-oh. Ah. Sorry to everybody. We have some ads. Uh-oh. Yeah, everybody's in commercials. It's so sad. F to them. We pour one out for our homies stuck in the commercial break. Yay, you're back. Hi guys. Welcome back from the ads. But yeah, if you're doing cross hatching and if you're like a real beginner at using like pressure, because one of the things, so when I'm using this pen, it has one of the things where it gets smaller and gets bigger and gets smaller depending on the pressure. If you're not really good at controlling the pressure very well, I recommend using a brush that doesn't rely on pressure. Like this doesn't rely on pressure at all. So then you would set it to whatever size you want. So say you want a nice small size, you'll be able to get the same one. You want them to be relatively equidistant, and that'll be your cross hatching. A really good tip though is that the farther apart you make it, the more light is hitting that object. So for example, if I go from up here and I do like a couple big ones, and so it's nice and big, and then I slowly make them get tighter and tighter, you can see that it's slowly filling in the sort of white space a little bit better, and then it gets tighter and tighter and tighter so that it looks like it's going from lighter to darker. That's my pro tips for doing that basically is if you don't have good pressure, don't use a pen that requires pressure. Yeah. Um, it's a good idea is if you want to do something. Okay, so like a really secret pro tip if you're really not sure quite how to do some shading and stuff like that with cross hatching. If you just get the first ones you want down like this, if you want, you can always just kind of grab them and secret digital artist tip, you duplicate them and then you can drag them over. and that will make them even more equidistant. So you can make it so that like it goes from wider to thinner. So yeah, just a quick digital art pro tip. If you are trying to make it so that like it doesn't it goes, or you can duplicate it so it goes farther, etc., etc., etc. So it might not look the best, but it will be very helpful. Oh, yeah, it does. It does when you're moving it back and forth. It does give a lenticulated effect. But also you can. Now, I specifically use Clip Studio Paint for this reason. They also have like ruled type of stuff, so you can grab hatching and tones, and they'll have different like lines. Like here's cross hatching that you can use to just kind of fill things in. Oh, your phone died? Well, it's okay. I'm glad you're back. But yeah, so you can also use things like crosshatch tones to make different stuff like that when you use specific brushes. Oh, you're a demon bark bark? Well, I guess you're not so scared of me after all. Bark 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 bark. Bark bark. Bark bark. I love barking. I love barking. It's my number one stim, I think. But yeah, so you can do anything like that with the sort of digital tools you've got. Yeah, I do bark like Blue. I love barking like Blue. I'm very Blue's Clues inspired, honestly. I love Blue's Clues a lot. I actually have a I've got a little figurine of Blue from Blue's Clues by my computer for inspiration. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody else in the VTuber sphere is going bork bork or whine whine or bow bow, and I'm over here going bow bow. I'm doing my Blue's Clues bow bow. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you think I look like a Blue's Clues character. Yeah, a lot of it is muscle memory. It's going light on your pens, and it's a really good idea to you can practice on traditional paper anytime with just a pen and paper, and just like practice making sure that you do equidistant lines, and it's not so hard. You'll it's really muscle memory. Oh, another headbat. Thank you. Also, thank you, Coach. You've got a 5 stream streak. It's wild. That's a lot. I'm really impressed. Um, but yeah, so that's these are my tips for doing cross hatching, and I do recommend if you struggle with it, see if you can find digital brushes on whatever thing you're using, because it can really help. Now let's see. Let's get back to the the art I'm doing. Let's see here. But yeah, oh man, yeah. Like there's a lot of little warm up techniques that you can do, and like that's actually what people mean by warm ups. They don't mean draw a whole piece. I think like a good warm up is usually something that you can practice a lot of little hand motions on. Usually it's stuff like doing straight lines. Good important practices are doing straight lines and doing circles and things like that. I think also, oh, the biggest, honestly, the biggest pro tip that I've ever. So I'm left-handed, so this could be opposite for right-handed. I wouldn't know. But one of the biggest pro tips that I've ever learned, you can only draw heads. Hey, that's okay. Like, here's the thing: is that like a lot of it is just it's just practice. It's just practice. It's gonna the first step to getting really good at something is sucking at it, isn't it? Like, yeah, for now is the most important part of that statement. Something I've also learned when it comes to drawing is when you are drawing, um, you can make round shapes better if you're pulling the pen toward you, and you can make straight lines better if you are pushing the pen away. Um, I often pull for straight lines anyway, but it does tend to be a little bit more wiggly. Like you can see that the straight line I pushed away, like this, when I go like this, is a lot straighter. But if you pull towards you, you make great curves. So you can make lots of perfect little circles and things like that. And it makes great rounds. But yeah, highly recommend. Highly recommend testing out which way is more comfortable to do things for you. Because for some people, it can be the reverse based on how they hold their pen. It can be really different. So, like, see how your hand. So, like, I recommend drawing circles in one direction, like, seeing if that's comfortable, seeing how well you do going in the opposite direction. Like, I'm not doing too good going in the opposite direction. So, for me, my circles are very good this way. But instead of pulling, I could push and make straight lines. That is actually something I learned from doing calligraphy. If you do calligraphy, pulling and pushing makes different shapes. So that's something that I learned when I was doing art stuff like that. But yeah, highly recommend like looking up little sort of warm up exercises for when you're doing art because they're so different than the stuff that you're doing when you're you're like otherwise inclined, you know? Okay, so that's where those are. I'm gonna do some more stuff on the hood. But yeah, I love giving art advice to people. I'm someone who I love giving art advice. I actually was it's really funny. So I feel like I've had a million jobs in my short life. Well, it's not short, but my regularly long life, I guess. I've had a million jobs. I did teach art for a little bit, and it was something that I really enjoyed. It was really, really fun. And it is something that I love doing because it feels so nice because you are encouraging others and also you get to literally see the sort of product of your lessons by them creating something new, and you get to really like watch it by seeing the art products get better and better. And I think that that's really cool. I love teaching art. Also, I am a person who is staunchly against anything that goes, oh, well, I can only draw a stick figure. No, stick figures are an important thing to learn before you do anything else. Most artists started via stick figures. Come on, man. Like, don't be down on yourself. Don't be dissing the stick figures. I could be your mentor. I could do art lessons. I think that could be a part of my advice streams maybe is, hey, I'm struggling with XYZ thing. Could you teach me some stuff to do on it? I could totally do that. Oh yeah, when people say I could only draw a stick figure, it's like, no, you're starting at a stick figure. Every piece of art starts at a stick figure. I found some of my old art and I was drawing the same way, where it's like, yeah, like I didn't start off. I almost said something so stupid. I almost said I didn't start off drawing Mozart. That's not correct. But I didn't start off like drawing the Mona Lisa. Like I didn't. Yeah, you see, you're getting better at drawing hands. That is an important statement to make. Like I am getting better at XYZ. You are recognizing your abilities, your current like status as an artist, and it's okay to recognize your current status as an artist and be disappointed with it. Nobody is going to be a perfect artist the first. It's no rocket surgery. Yeah. Nobody's going to be creating the best piece of art they've ever made the first time. And I think too many people are expecting that. And also partially I think that's part, not to get weird about it, but I think that's part of the reason why we have this AI art problem. People aren't trusting themselves enough with this stuff. And all, yes, stagnation and bad habits is like, here's the thing. When you find something you love to draw, something you love, you will draw it all of the time. And that's gonna be have to be what drives you. You know? My biggest recommendation is finding something you love and focusing on it. Like there are some people out there who draw beautiful horses. Like beautiful horses, but can't draw a human man. And you know what? Good for them. Good for them. And sometimes it's also the medium. The medium. Some people are like, oh, well, I can't draw with a pencil and pen. Did I just lose my pen nib? I think I might have just lost my tablet pen nib. It's okay. I've got more. It's fine. But it's one of those things where I really think that like a lot of the time people don't realize that, oh, actually I feel better doing art with this specific medium. Like pastels. Pastels are a beautiful medium. They smudge really well. You can create beautiful gradients of color and they create strong pigments. They're really really good. If you don't like using acrylic paint, even though that's the cheapest thing at the dollar store for you to paint with, try using pastels. Try using crayons. Heck, try using crayons. I love doing crayon art. Like there's a lot of really good stuff out there. You don't have to just do the best thing of all time forever, you know? I know that we like kind of stereotypically believe in that a lot of the time, where we're like, oh, well, if I can't draw this thing, then clearly I'm just bad at art. But that's not true. And I also don't think that it's very fair to yourself to judge yourself that way. Whenever I see someone's art and like, yeah, I don't give a shit if it's below, sorry, sorry for the language, but like, oh yeah, drawing on trees is fun. That's art, honestly. Like, that's the original art. Let's be real. That's the first kind of art we were doing as human beings. As dog beings? As human beings. And but I really do think that like sometimes you need to find your art medium. Sometimes you need to find the thing you want to draw. Sometimes you need to simply practice. But you're not gonna get anywhere by giving up on yourself the moment that it doesn't look good. Like, honestly, you know how a lot of artists will post this sort of art memes, I guess, that are like, oh, I went back and I drew this thing that I drew in middle school, and oh, look at how much better I am. That's the thing you're gonna be doing. And I think that's important to think about is when I go back and I redraw the things that my middle school self saw in their art and were like, I'm going to try and draw this. I push my boundaries every single time I tried a tricky pose, I tried a tricky anything. Even if it didn't look, like how I wanted it to, I've gotten to the point where it does. And I think that that's important to think about. You're doing this for your future self. You're not necessarily just doing it for you right now. And sometimes getting an idea out on paper, even if it's bad, even if it's the worst draft you've ever done, it's still a first draft. And if you need to save that draft and hold on to it and hold on to this idea that you've had in your head for years, and then you come back to it when you're a better artist, and then you complete it and you're satisfied, that is an incredible feeling. And even if it's the same art piece over and over and over, then you can have like a really interesting like growth spurt, and you can watch your product grow over time, drawing the same thing every day. Even it's gonna get better, and you're gonna get closer, and you're gonna discover techniques, and like you're gonna figure out new ways to do stuff. Yeah, like you redraw your art you did of Cube and Sylveon sitting together. That's a really cute art idea, honestly. But like, yeah, no, like exactly. When you are an artist, you've got to sort of create. You have to create a space for yourself to grow. And I know that's hard for a lot of people, but it's so important. It's so important. I really think that a lot of stuff needs to have a certain level of, I guess, self kindness involved when you're creating stuff. I think I want to add a little bit of line art to this eye. Make it interesting. Oh, also, like, one of the things that a lot of people will say to artists, no, I want it in black. One of the things a lot of people will say in the to artists is like, make it first, then make it better after. Um, yeah, that's a really good piece of advice. But another really good piece of advice is also like, um, or you know what? Honestly, one of the worst pieces of advice I've ever seen, frankly, is, oh, you gotta learn the basics before, you gotta learn the fundamentals before you break it. Sometimes I have seen art that is so stylized and creative and beautiful, and then somebody was like to that artist, oh yeah, learn the fundamentals, and then they learn the fundamentals and it flattens their art. It makes it less creative, it makes it less, they're not pushing the boundaries of what position and size or pose their art needs to be. They're not like what's a good example? So like, say somebody is out here drawing a really cool art piece, and maybe their fundamentals aren't the best, but they're out here really pushing the boundaries of what of what the pose should be, because they don't freaking know better, and like, so they're doing cool poses like this, where it's like, woo, they got a fun pose, they got a cool thing, and it's really pushing the boundaries of what they think that they can draw, because they've stopped, they don't care about the fundamentals, they're drawing what they think looks cool, and that could be the best thing for your art, is drawing what you think looks cool. But then I've seen multiple times that after they go from that, and then they're like, someone goes, "Oh, you should draw the fundamentals." Yeah, like, it's interesting, because it's like, because then once they've learned the fundamentals, then their pose becomes basically like, do you know what I mean? Where like, it no longer has that style. It becomes just a a dead version of what it originally was. And it always makes me really sad, honestly. I think one of my biggest pet peeves in the art community is people who worry too much about improving and finding their style, that they hold themselves back. Exactly. Exactly. I see that a lot in people who started drawing later in life or grew up in the online art community. That is so real. Like, if you're a kid and you pick up a pencil and you start drawing, you're drawing because you love drawing. Like, you want to get this stuff on paper. You need to show this to someone. I've got this beautiful idea in my brain, and I'm going to vomit up a rainbow onto this page, and you know what? It's going to look awesome because I made it. Because I made that art and it looks cool. And I find that in sort of more people who are seeing the art community online, and seeing people who are, they consider much better than themselves, or much more stylized, or much more interesting, it doesn't tend to work out very well for them to try and force themselves into a niche. You don't need an art style to stand out. You don't need what, like, other people like. You need to figure this out for yourself. It's important. It is a key part of being an artist. I've been to a lot of art schools, and I have to say, after I went to some art schools, so I went when I was a kid. I went to a I almost feel like I'm humble bragging. When I was a kid, I went to college class. I know so many people constantly worry about their style and that they're the people who never improve, and it's sad to see. Yeah, yeah, I'm glad honestly. I'm also trying eyes. Yeah. Um it's one of those things where I truly believe that, like, when you can visibly see in my art before I went to the college class as a kid that taught me the fundamentals, it flattened everything. It became an entirely different type of art. And it doesn't look the same. It doesn't look as creative or as good. And it's really depressing. Honestly, really it is. It's kind of strange. And then of course I got my style back and I got my vibes back. But I think that more art classes need to stop teaching, oh, this is the process of drawing this thing in this particular framework, like the five heads guy. Oh my god, the five heads guy. You know, the thing where it's like, oh, hold on. He's five, like, everybody is five heads tall. And so you gotta draw the five heads and make sure that everybody is proportioned the same, and that way it's all gonna be normal looking. La da 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 da, five heads tall, you know, whatever. The 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 thing is that, like, no, no. If you are taught how, like, the process of drawing should feel, it it's better. No one has all the same proportions. Yeah, proportions are whatever conveys the character. Exactly, exactly, exactly. You guys get me. You guys get me where it's like, oh, learning the proportions doesn't mean anything. It's not actually as helpful as you think it is. It's more likely going to make it so that you have kind of same face syndrome. You know what I mean? Same body syndrome. You're going to be making has-been hotels out here. And it's no shade, no shade, no shade, no shade. But, like, you need you need to have variety, because, like, there's great characters out there that are shaped like this. And actually, you know what, there's also people out there who are shaped like this, you know. That's not five heads. What are you talking about? That's like three heads at best. And this is a fantastic shape. What kind of person do you think this is? Do you think that they're kind of gruff? Do you think that maybe actually they're like a sweetie pea and they've got a cute little skirt? Like, what is the shape language that you're trying to convey here? And that's the things that I think need to be taught in art classes. I don't think that they need the, oh, by the way, when you're drawing a face, make sure you have the eyes right here and the nose right here and you have the mouth right here, and you make sure that the nose and the mouth are equidistant apart, and this is how big the ears are supposed to be, and don't forget that your eyes are supposed to be here and the eyebrows need to go just above that, you know, like, this nonsense is not helpful. It's not. It's really not, because it just, once again, it gives you every same shape syndrome. So, like, let's look back at our square person again. You know, like, maybe we put the ears down here to make them kind of silly looking. We give them a little bit of a buzz cut up top, you know, so that and then that means that the eyebrows are like almost all the way down at the bottom half of the face, and we give them little eyes down here, and then maybe we give them a big old nose, or actually, what if we give them a really tiny nose, because that makes them kind of look silly, but then we give them a big old smile like this. This is a character. This is a character. This is an interesting shape. This is fascinating. And all the face is not even on the top half of the head. You know? Like, it's just a silly little guy. Like, you don't have to make things exactly the same as everybody else. You don't gotta. Sometimes the fundamentals are wrong. The fundamentals are wrong. Which is so funny, because then they put you in a life drawing class. Like, they're like, okay, so a human being is exactly five heads tall, correct? Cool. That means that we're going to put you in a life drawing class. However, this person is not going to go with any of the proportions. Yeah, you feel like you know so much about him from that face, and I think that's more important. I think that's so much more important. Um. Anyway, but yeah, like, I love art. I love art, and I think that more people are kind of crushed into what people think art should be, when it's really more of a beautiful spectrum of art. Now, don't worry that I'm making this a bit, like, big for the roundness of it all. I'm gonna be shading in this hole a little bit more than the other one. But yeah, that's why I love teaching art and giving art advice, because it's like every single person who asks me for art advice usually is like, well, I kind of suck, or this, I'm bad at this part. What is it about this part that's bad? And then, like, especially if I've seen what they're doing, I guess outsider art would be the term, because it's not like it's not the same as the art that a lot of other people are making. Yeah, sometimes I also feel like I should get more wacky with it. It's funny because, like, I was really worried when I was making my VTuber model about standing out. I wanted to be toony. I wanted to be like a little cartoon dog, but I was also worried a bit about standing out when I was like, well, what if I do like a collab with a bunch of people, and then we all just look too different from each other because I'm like a big old cartoon. And I was worried about that, because but then I like think about it and I'm like, no, it just means that like I'm standing out. I'm doing something different and I'm being unique and I'm being interesting. But at the same time, oh, ads. Oh. But at the same time, sometimes I do wish I went more toony. I love a cartoon. I'm a toony guy at the end of the day. Sorry for anybody who's subscribed that I just don't talk during the ads. I just don't want to miss anything. I was making good statements here, you know? Oh, ads over. So I'm planning on ending around 8-ish. I'm probably, or at least I'm gonna um cut to the sort of discussion page before we leave, and then we'll find someone to raid, etc. Yeah, Roger Rabbit and Looney Tunes, etc. I definitely feel more like a tune than I do like a sort of anime girl. I definitely tried to sort of break the mold with the way that I'm designed personally, because I didn't want to just like end up looking like every anime girl ever, especially because I'm not a girl, and I'm also not I'm not like I'm trying to be more, I wanted like kind of realistic proportions. You know what I mean? I didn't want to go crazy with it. Um but yeah, there's a lot I really like VTubing for the fact that you can be a hyper stylized and unique character. I like that. I love how it looks on your model, Mick Honey. I think your model is so cute. Yeah, I could draw you more lore accurate. No, it's okay. I like when you're a yapper. I like when people in my chat are yapping with me, because it keeps the conversation flowing. I like having the conversation flowing. I love talking to people. But yeah, I love art. I think that I think that the more unique of an art style you have, it usually tends to come from people who drew primarily in their own way, in without the pressure of I guess the sort of creative creative space that we tend to foster in professional places and online. Funnily enough, so like I was saying, I went to like art college classes as a kid, via a special program, and one of the things that I found really interesting, because I've done two different types of art classes. I went to a school for comic art, and I went to a school for I classical, like it was classically trained. I went to like a classically trained collegiate art art classes. And the way that the college art classes were taught was very formulaic. It was very, these are how the proportions are done. This is how this is done. This is how that is done. And then when you go to um a comic style art school, they don't teach you that. They don't give two craps about what kind of proportions you're using. They only care that you are being creative with the medium and you are able to do the skills that they need you to do. And that is normally coloring, inking, lining, and lettering. And I think it's very interesting that that's the difference between, so if you go to a school for specifically drawing, which is what comic art schools do, it's largely it's largely that, where they just want you to make sure that you are able to like physically do these things to the letter of the needed stuff for that sort of medium, you know? And it's very different than like them being like, okay, well, you're not going to get a job if you have this art style. You're not going to get a job if you have that art style. Like that's not how that works in there. And I find that interesting. Okay, I think I've finished all the line art. Yeah, I think I finished all the line art for this. It looks really good. I'm very happy with it. I'm probably going to be coloring this at a different time, but I think this is what good. Oh, they teach me about, yeah, they taught me about backgrounds a little bit. It's interesting because a lot of the times in comics, backgrounds are super super simplified. AI slop, in my opinion, is just weird. Yeah, I mean, like largely, I feel like AI slop is made by people who are sad that they can't draw. I think that that is the primary thing. They want something. They want the feeling of drawing with a pencil, and their art immediately comes out exactly how they want it to. But that is not the process of making art. So, and that is why they aren't artists when they're making AI art, is because part of the process of, like, if you are not an artist if you do not enjoy the process of making art. That's my personal opinion. Because if you are making AI art, you are not enjoying the process of drawing and sketching and figuring out what works and experimenting with colors and experimenting with style and experimenting with different mediums. You're not doing that when you're doing AI art. What you're doing is you're clicking a button and you're happy with the end product. And that's it. You know? That's my opinion. It's not about, oh, it doesn't have soul. Oh, it doesn't have this. Oh, it's bad quality. Oh, it's not. No, they're just not artists because they don't enjoy the process of making art. The people who enjoy the process of making art, the people who enjoy drawing, who enjoy having fun doing the creative stuff. I had fun today. I all you could say all I did today was draw a bunch of straight lines over and over and over and over. And to someone who goes, "Well, why do that when I could just make the art piece be done?" You're not an artist because you're not enjoying the process. I love the process of making art. And I think that's really important. Yeah, go play a slot machine. You'll get the instant gratification there. go play a gacha game. If you want cool art at the end, play a gacha game and get that cool waifu you want. But you're not gonna get that gratification from doing art until the very end. It's like telling a story. You have to go through all of the lows of struggle and figuring it out to get to the highs of the end, in the happy ending. And I think that that's the best part, honestly, is the journey that you take. But yeah. And yeah, that is why people won't it won't succeed in the long run. People make art because they enjoy making art. It's just a thing that we do, you know, as human beings. It got kind of dramatic there at the end with the music. Okay, yeah, we're back. We got some silly music now. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's the end of stream, I'm guessing. It's been really fun talking with you guys about everything. Oh, thank you for the headpats. And thank you for the follow today. I really appreciate it, Spirit. I've had a really good time talking with everybody. Yeah, some of my favorite pieces of art were some of the most difficult. And that's because it's fun to create art. Yeah, thank you guys. It's silly time. It's silly time. Oh, more headpats. Yay! Love headpats. Okay, so that's about it for today. I think that the end result's turning out really, really cool. I'm really more headpats. So many headpats. Yay! I feel like yay! Woo! More headpats! More of them! Give them to me. I think it's very funny because why'd that last one not go? Oh, I think that the redeem there were so many happening that the redeem got broken. But now I kind of feel like that picture of the dog outside the bar where all of the drunk people came out and just started petting it. The dog's so happy because it has no idea what's going on. It's okay. It's okay, McHoney. It's okay if the redeems are a little bit borkin. Let's figure out who to raid. Oh, bark, bark. I'm working along to the song. Let's see. I'm going to find who we're raiding, and then I'm gonna put it in the chat. I think Dusk is. I could probably raid into Dusk. Let's see. What's going on around here? Oh, I'll go into my following so I know who's up. Knock knock, who is up? We got a lot of people. We got a lot of people streaming actually, wow. Let's see. There's a lot of people, wow. Let's see. And let's see if Dusky is still up. Cause it's just Dusk Seraphim, right? Raid. Dusk Seraphim. Yep, it's just Dusk Seraphim. Cool, good to know. Let's just put that in there. Oh, I'll have a little bit of water when we're raiding. Okay, are we ready, guys? It was really nice seeing all of you. Thank you so much for hanging out. You guys are the best. Have a nice night. You too. You too. Bye, guys.